Yeah. Try walking through this place backwards, and then you have to turn around just to smash through this door. I suppose what you could do is you could kind of walk in such a way that you're facing this door so you can shoot the door behind him, but if you fire off a shot over this thing's shoulder, it's going to get pissed off, and it's going to eventually turn around and try to rip your face off. So it's really not good for your health to try and be nice to these guys. Basically try to move your way to the side here, because basically what these things like to do is they like to slam at you, try and ram you into the wall. Sometimes it will work. I definitely admit that they can be pretty good at slamming you into the wall, but if you take them down with that heavy shotgun, you're pretty good to go, and that is exactly why I was stocking up on those bullets. There's a perfectly good reason for having as many bullets as possible with that shotgun, and this right here is it. And we'll do our best to keep in the filters here, because we do have a little bit of a way to go before we get to a point where we don't have to use our gas mask anymore. Yeah, listen to that noise. And imagine me having gone through here, thinking these things are completely invulnerable, trying to back my way through here, and you can start to understand why I was absolutely terrified of this place. This place is still pretty scary. It still is pretty scary place with those giant gorilla creatures. Like, this thing just busting on through. It's like, I don't care that you're looking at me, because I am pissed off. I'm gonna beat your face in whether you're looking at me or not. And what I have to say to that is, here's a shotgun. Eat it. Yeah. Definitely some creepy ass beasts. Creep the hell out of me. Don't like those gorilla guys at all. Still, I honestly think that the zombies, the insane zombies in Thief Deadly Shadows still scare me a little bit more than these guys do. These guys are pretty creepy, but they don't quite have that creepy finesse that those mental patients did. Something about that violent movement of their heads whenever they got electrocuted. That was some really freaky shit there. But yeah, you can leave these bullets if you want, but if you do, you won't see this. Yeah. Up close and personal with Mr. Freaky himself. Ugh. Yeah. That thing really puts a knot in my stomach, let me tell you. It's very, very scary looking thing. You know, if I had the choice to come out here and try to save my community from the Dark Ones, or or to stay home once I knew that there was these librarians out here, I would stay the frick home. You know, I would not try to save my people. These things are just way too much for that. As you can see, this is definitely not as capable a weapon to kill these guys when compared to the shotgun. Apparently we've got this mask available to us now. I think ours got bashed a little bit. This guy kind of backed me into a corner, but because we chopped that door open, this actually allows us to go straight back up these stairs. So, it doesn't matter that we kind of messed up and fell down, because we got a shortcut now. It's kind of interesting because when you first see that door, it has some boards over it, and you're not allowed to open it, even though you can chop it from the other side. Don't know why you're allowed to chop it from the other side, because logic tells me that I still shouldn't be able to chop that thing. This is the last little stretch here. We're almost through with these librarians in the gas mask area, which is honestly a welcome thing, in my opinion. I do not like dealing with them, especially not in an area where you've got to use a gas mask, otherwise you just won't be able to breathe. I left a few arrows back there in the wall, and there's a very good reason for leaving those, and that's because the rest of the game, there's no more shops. That's it. We've visited all the shops that there are in the game at this point, so picking those up is useless because I'm not going to use it in a weapon, and I don't have the capability to sell it. But anyway, this is it right here. No librarians come out. You can walk around all you want, but as soon as you get to this elevator, shit hits the fan. Thing has the creepiest noises, man. You know, this thing looks kind of creepy, but that's... I would not want to mess with that. Ugh. The thing that impresses me is literally this was the only one that got killed my first playthrough, because it automatically gets killed. That's just part of the game right there. I have no idea how I made it through here without killing any of these. I was freaking the hell out. There's one down this way, but if we hop out of this elevator, disturb him, and then run for our lives, we can make it to this door before he is able to catch us, so we don't have to waste any bullets on him.
The underground depository was a frightening place.
I agree, R2.
And I had no idea where or what to search. But I refused to think that all my efforts would come to nothing.
Alright. Apparently that other one wasn't having any of that. But we are now in the middle of the library, where there's no need for a gas mask anymore. Good stuff, because now if you were to get it bashed, it wouldn't matter, because you don't need a gas mask here. However, if you want to get around this guy properly, the way to do it is you're supposed to sneak. I guess you're still supposed to think that these guys are completely invulnerable and that there's no way to get around them unless you sneak or look straight at them in the eye. But if you are going to sneak through here, which is absolutely possible, then you want to avoid these things, because this will make noise and he will know where you are. You also want to avoid this. Any glass that you might see. This looks like it might be glass, so we're going to avoid that. We're getting pretty close to this guy, so do be careful. You can pick out these arrows here. There's actually another arrow on the other side here, and the only thing that this guy is guarding is like one clip of ammo, so not the biggest reward for taking him down. Final thing that you have to avoid here is this little bit of wood. However, he is now on the other side of a fence and he's going to have to come around, and you'll be out of the room right on this other side, so I like to just walk on over, say nya 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 nya, and leave. Now, do keep moving, because a lot of this stuff will break if you stand on it a little bit too long, as you can see. Now this right here, instead of jumping, you're going to actually just walk off. Otherwise you'll get some damage. Finally, we got this guy walking around, trying to chase one of those lurkers. This guy's going to get in our way. So we're just going to eliminate him. I don't know why, he always seems to go over that way first, and then he finally comes over here. And then we say, "Nuh-uh, you are not coming over here. I don't feel like having you over here." But anyway, you can technically walk around that guy. You just hop on down here, and you come over here, and you can either walk around over here, or you can do a risky thing and try to jump over here, which gets you over here. And I believe, yeah, there's some pipes right here. I don't normally go this way. There's actually some stairs that you can take, which is in a room further over. But if you want to sneak around him, that's the way you do it. You basically just have to wait for his rounds, because he'll actually start taking on some rounds where he just walks back and forth. And if you walk out there at the right time, you probably won't be seen. Probably being the operative word here, because I'm sure he'll somehow figure out a way to see you and kick your ass, which is why I like to shoot him in the face instead of walking out there and acting like I don't have the power to kill them.